Hello everyone, my name is Cristian Negulescu. You know me for a lot of automation with UiPath. We did a lot of stuff with ChatGPT, and now I will go to a movie that, if you remember, we did an email marketing with ChatGPT. And one client told me that ChatGPT is not the best stuff for translating. So I tried to integrate other stuff for translating. So instead of using ChatGPT for translating, we'll use DeepL Translate, which is one of the best translating systems. So DeepL Translate has an API. You go to DeepL Translate, DeepL.com, you go to Documents API, and here on the API, if you scroll down on the example, you will have all the example with your code. Yeah. So with my code, I will translate this from Postman. So the idea is like this: in Postman, you have to go to do a post. Yeah, you will do a post on free API DeepL.com. We translate. Then on the headers, you will have the headers with authorization key that you copy from there from the example. And on the body, you have this body. So you can put on parameters. So basically you have a text and you have a target language with Deutsch. So we'll give him a text in English and we'll put the target language to be Deutsch. So if I hit run, the system will detect that what I write is in English, and he will provide me the text in Deutsch. Hello world instead of hello world. Okay. Hello world. I'm not good on Deutsch, but that's the idea on how to use it. So let's try to use this inside of UiPath. To be able to use this inside of UiPath, we will do the HTTP request, and on the HTTP request, I will do the configuration. But let's. So here I'll do the HTTP request, and on the HTTP request I will have the authorization key, the text, the target, and here there are some string values. But if you remember, the video with email marketing was with position, with language, and so on. Now we'll do another thing, because now we have GPT 3.5, yeah, and GPT 3.5 it's much powerful. Yeah, remember the video here with the integration with GPT 3.5 that appears 14 days ago, 2 weeks or not more ago. Good. So because of this, I decide to do a project that is more challenging. So what is on this project? On this project, we'll have like this. We'll have name of the 5 people. We have their email address. In my case, I will put my email address everywhere to see the emails, how they are coming. Yeah. And I have the position. Yeah. So if it's CEO, CFO, CPO, and so on. Yeah. Now, I have here a template for each CFO, CEO, and CPO. Now, the target is like this of the automation, because here you will understand how powerful is this AI and how this AI can work together. Here, for example, ChatGPT with DeepL and AI. Yeah. So basically, ChatGPT will analyze the name, and based on the analysis of the name, he will identify that normally the person will speak English, Italian, Spanish, French, or other language. Yeah. I use some characteristic name from different countries for ChatGPT to be identify this. Then I will get the language. So ChatGPT will guess the language on this. After he gets the language, we have to provide. Remember, on the deep AI, we need to provide him the language as a two-character format. So we'll use ChatGPT, and we'll ask ChatGPT to provide us 2-character format for the language. Yeah. So let's see how this will work. I will run it, and then we'll explain the code. Yeah. So nothing. You see, he has only the names, my email address, and the position. That's all. And the robot will be able to do all this stuff. So he will identify if the person speaks Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, and so on, or English. He will be able to identify the language, identify the characters of the language. After he identifies the characters of the language, the system will communicate with DeepL AI, and this will make a professional translation. And then the UiPath robot will change all the stuff from the template. Will change to I'm not signing. We'll change all the stuff from the template to have with the name, with the person name and the UiPath and all the stuff. Let's see what we have here. So we have 4 emails. So take a look. This was Emile, which is French. So we have John Deere, the mail in English, yeah. And you can see here that is my name, and John Deere. Then you have Giovanni Falcone, which is Italian, and everything is in Italian, and it's good translation to Italian. Then we have Emma Bristol, and you can see that we have everything in English. Then we have Pablo Garcia, which is Spanish, and we have everything on Spanish. And we have, remember, the first one was Emile Dubos, which was French, and everything is on French. So basically, the system was able to translate very well, and the system was able to identify the language that is spoken by the person from just the name of the person. So as you see on the entrance, the system has only the name and the position of the person. That's all, nothing else. So ChatGPT was so powerful to identify the language and convert the language to the to a correct 2-character stuff that will send to DeepL. Let's understand what is inside. So inside we have like this. We have reading the Excel. Then we'll have the for each on the data table on the Excel. And first we'll go with ChatGPT. You know all the configuration from ChatGPT here. So you have this video with my ChatGPT 3 where 3.5 and explain the configuration, the API, and so on. I will not go deep on this one. So what I will provide to JSON that I format to ChatGPT, I will say, what is the most probable language by a person with the name? This one. So in this way, I'm able to get the person name. I will stay here on a loop. I will get back the message from ChatGPT, and then with the message, I will identify the language. Yeah. Now, I check if the last character is a language is starting with uppercase. So basically here, when I have the language, I will go and ask ChatGPT again. I will ask this stuff. So, because I have a full language and I need what is the 2-character code for the language, yeah? So for English is EN, for Deutschland it's DE, for Spanish is ES, and Italian IT, and so on, yeah? So I use ChatGPT to extract the 2-character code for the language. And after I extract this 2-character code for the language, if I'm not able to extract, I will put in English. After I do this stuff, I will go and create a JSON for the I'll put this on a list, and then I will do a for each. I will do a for each and put on the data table. Remember that Excel here. Let me show here. So especially on Excel, I let this language empty because on the data table, he will know that he has this column, and I will complete data on that column. So I will put the data on that column for each person. Then I will do a for each with again on the data table, and I will check if the language is English. I do nothing. If the language is not English, I have to ask. I have to ask DeepL to be able to make a translation. Yeah. So I will ask DeepL to make a translation. I will do the translation. I will get the result. I will filter the result on the result here. I have to remove some characters. I have to replace the carriage return new line. You have to replace with the environment new line to have a good format for the email. Yeah, and then I will write this on a file. So I will write this on a file, and the name of the file will be the position of the file, and then you'll have the language. Yeah. On the end, I will connect to Outlook because I will send all the emails from my Outlook, from Cristian Negulescu Outlook, and then I will choose if it's English. I will read the text like this with just the name CEO, CFO, CPO. And if it's with language, it's CEO, that language, CEO, that's all. Then I have to change the names to put Cristian Negulescu, and what and the person that I address, because I address the person. So I will change that, your name, company name, owner name, and so on. So I'll do all the replacement here, and then I will just send the email to the person. Yeah, I will send the email with the body. So that's all. So the idea is like this. A lot of people say that ChatGPT is not the best on translating. Perfect. So you can use this DeepL to be able to translate, and you can use ChatGPT in a lot of method, in a lot of ways. And here the intelligence of ChatGPT was able to identify the from the name he was able to identify the what language that the person speaks. Like I said, in this example, I use specific name from Italy, from Germany, from France, from Spain, and so on. Yeah, but ChatGPT was able to identify the language, and also convert the language to characters. So think about again, when you want to automate something and you arrive to a point that you don't have a logic, you don't have a fast mathematics for this, think about to ask ChatGPT, put ChatGPT to take decision, put this decision in UiPath, and go further with automation. So as usual, if you like my movies, please come to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and comment to my movies and ask me what else you want to see inside of my movies. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Have a good